Whew. Oh my. Look at you. Look at you. Are you the type to stare off into the sunset? Just like Luke? Or are you the powerhouse? Are you the father, Darth Vader? It really all depends on you. Because in the end, when you are birthed defines you. And that's why everybody tends to be different. And what I mean by birth date, I really mean astral chart. Is Lilith in your moon? Is Capricorn your first house? Is it Saturn? Which is Capricorn? See, when I checked my astral chart, the majority of my houses were Capricorn. And it defines who you are. What degree you are in. What zodiac you are. And it also affects your soul urge, your dream urge, and who you are as a powerful person, because that's who you are. You're a Pisces. You're a Virgo, you're a Taurus, you're a Scorpio. And every single one of them has their own mapped out, mathematically or astrologically mapped out personality. Like, my grandfather, he's a Virgo. I looked up what a male Virgo is, and he's a pain in the ass sometimes, most of the time, yeah. But a male Virgo is astrologically counted as a pain in the ass, and more efficient to fall in love with a Pisces, which is my grandmother. They're married. What your total strength is, what permits to you, how far you're willing to go, and, hi kitty cat. See, she's headbutting me. That means she loves me. Hi Patches. Look. She's more camera shy than Buttercup. So, it's all about essence of who you are. That's astrology. Even though astrology is said by a lot of people to be pseudoscience. Well, that can be true, because it may not be based on reality. It may be a guess, maybe. Because I know one of the astrological sites said that it was just a lucky guess more than anything. And you never know with those type of things. But there are 4 different elements. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus make Earth. But also Scorpio, Pisces, and Aquarius make water. To make you whole, to make you think again, to make you reconsider, open-mindedness, oceans, goddess of the ocean, princess of the ocean, Little Mermaid, mermaids, dark, evil creatures in reality that drag your soul down to the abyss. And so now, the earth, which is me, has been nourished. And I just want to say that everybody is their own person. Everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody. And it's not just you, not just me, but everybody fits into a mathematical design, a program, if you will. And everybody has similar purposes, soul urges, dreams, you name it. Everybody can be themselves. Everybody can grow to their liking. Everybody can do what thou wilt. Do what you want. And make pleasure or pain out of doing so. So, That's where that aspiration is. Do what you want. Feel free. Create what you want. Just know that it's all by design. The larger universe in mind. Now that's a different question about the universe, how much the universe cares about the individual. There are two different types of belief systems, and they're both equal 50-50. Either the universe responds to you, gives you luck, gives you bad luck, depends on what you're doing, and that's all in findy and dandy, but a little overrated. The other one, which is impersonal, which means the universe doesn't care as long as you're a living organism, or the universe tends to itself, its own self-creation, so it doesn't have time on mortality, except when it just might shrug over, who knows. But whatever the answer of life is beyond human knowledge. It's beyond normal comprehension. So there's no way you can figure it out. No way you can properly figure it out until multiple lifetimes reincarnating. And I want to say this about reincarnation first, is that the Hindu belief that if you have bad karma, you get reincarnated into a bad animal, like a rat or a frog in the middle of the road type of deal. But here's the thing, I know how that's wrong too. Reincarnation might not even be based on karma or pleasure. You just choose whatever life you want, maybe. But and here's why this is wrong, the whole karma reincarnation thing, is that if that type of system did exist, if you're reincarnated like that, the universe won't care what you do, what you don't do. It's not going to pick personal favorites either. It's not going to choose, well, you're more unlucky if you're a frog than a cat or a dog. It's not going to choose favorites. But human minds that like to invent things like that, control over population, will make someone think that. And I can see how it can make someone like that. Except what they need to understand is that the universe does not pick favorites. You're most likely to be a frog than a cat. You're just as willing to get 9 lives if you have bad karma, as much as you are an unlucky frog in the road if you have good karma. Life, I don't want to say it's random, but there's also a chance that you choose your own lives as well. And that's why I don't like spirituality, right-hand path spiritualities, because you don't know. Stop saying that you're judged with karma. Stop saying the universe picks favorites throughout species. You never know that. You can never guess that. It's just something you divinely say and make books about and make money and all that. Because you're not really in the divine's favorite. You just want to act devout about it. You just want to convince other people that you're devout like that. Because you don't know. You don't know what the universe thinks of you. It might even be a nihilistic universe. Everything might be nihilistic and you wouldn't care. Because you don't. You don't know what you're going to be in your next life. And you're not going to let your own... I'm not going to let my own guilty conscience choose that for me. I'm free. And everybody else needs to learn that they have equal rights to freedom. Just because you fucking killed a goat once, you killed a cat, you killed any animal, well, the universe doesn't know if you killed it sadistically or if you killed it on instinct. Hell, we don't even know that. A lot of people just tend to think sadism, or like that type of animal killing type stuff, is not linked to basic instinct. We kill animals for food. We kill animals for pelts and clothing. Our favorite alligator shoes, or boots, sorry. You don't know if that sadistic want to just randomly kill animals, you don't know if that was designed in you or not. Why do you think a lion kills its prey? You don't personally know. And karma's not a bitch either. Even though you'll laugh when you get what other people get what they deserve, and you will hate it when you get what you deserve. But honestly, it's probably more built on chance. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. I'm sorry you're not responsible enough to figure that out. But everything does happen for a purpose. Bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people. Stop remarking on it. Stop saying, oh, well, the universe is in this way for good karma. No, you don't know that. The biggest bully that ever existed could be the millionaire. You could be dirt poor for all the universe to care. You don't know how personal or impersonal the universe can be. Stop making ultimate decisions, because you don't frickin' know. Nobody knows, so stop making that ultimate decision. Stop saying it's all by design, you know? But that's just what I wanted to rant about, and I'm going to move on to my own personal growth, describing people that go through growth. So, let's just do that. Pick the reincarnation thing for a little later. Astrology is always a kicker, and it's always a good way to start life, because a lot of people figure out a lot of things about themselves. People always go through a nourishing stage, or a stage of self-understanding, and they grow upon that. Yes, they do. They will always grow upon that, and they will see a bigger form of themselves later on. They will become whole. They will become obsolete. They will become anything in between, but they will change, and they will know themselves. Know thyself, and teach themselves initiation of a sense. They grow to become more independent, not just as a human being, but as a living species, or a member of a tribe, or a member of just that, just another human. But I'm not going to get into that. Well, you know what? I am. We are meant to grow as individuals, find our strengths, find absolution, find everything. We are meant to. And know that we have archangels and we have archdemons. Every single archangel has an archdemon to match it. And that's who we are. We need to start working with our own angels, with our own demons. Because if you look up any form of demonology, you will know that there's the 7 archdemons do match as the lower forms as the archangels, and pretty much are the same individual, same celestial entity, just higher aspects and lower aspects of the same thing. And that's what we need to go through. We need to evolve, and we need to mentally meditate as a species to fully grasp everything in front of our faces. Everything we go through, everything we enchant into our own lives, every single hermetic principle, because other things can vibrate with you, other things can correlate with you. The law of rhythm will help you, just learn the hermetic laws as well, because it's not that simple, but it's easy to understand, at least. Be the better person. Go out and enjoy life. Everything is always going to have its moments. Everything is going to have its moments. Have its moments you won't like. Have its soft moments. Have its weak moments. But in the end, everybody learns pleasure and pain in the end. So, we are all going through an uprising. We are all going through an upheaval. We are all self-actualizing. And we are all starting to understand ourselves a little bit better. We are starting to become something better than we once were. And some of those lessons, and some people go through a lot of lessons throughout life. Some people in the end learn their truest form, their truest nature. A lot of people just go through life. Some people enjoy it. Some people enjoy it. And of course, some people despise it. So what kind of person are you in the end? Someone who despises their own life? Or someone who makes the best out of it? Or are you the one that's more introspective? Someone who's more willing to figure something out and always go after something to figure out. Are you one of those type of people? Maybe. Personally, a lot of people might not know this yet. A lot of people are going through trial and error, figuring out what's best for them, what's best for everybody, or vice versa. They're figuring out what's not for them. A lot of people are figuring out what's their worst aspects, in a way, or aspects of other people or things that you don't resonate with. People are just always going to figure themselves out in the end, so why bother? You know? People are just going to figure it out. And whether or not they figure it out is up to them, or they want to play some sort of dream, or mind game, or dream, or some other BS where whatever it is that's trending is most important to you. But I'll say this. Everybody goes through something. You can't always judge someone. You can't always play that game. You can't always do this. But again, more lessons for another time. Everybody evolves slowly. Some faster than others, but in the end, nobody's perfect. You want to evolve, or you want to become a better person, then yeah. Joke's on you. You can't figure it out by tomorrow. You can't figure out anything by tomorrow or next week. Because everybody is slow in their own way. They're not going to figure it out. Nobody's going to figure it out. Some people go through many different lifetimes, and they never figure it out. Some people go through it and figure it out in one lifetime. So I guess I'm just going to end this video. I hope you enjoy. Here's the thing about evolution. Evolution is a long course throughout all of human history. And we are starting to realize how big everybody can be. How small people can be. How immature people can be. How mature people can be. And it's all in variation. It's all in scrutiny, too. Because we are just people. We are just people. So we just, no matter how much we try to evolutionize, we are just people. Remember that. Because people will fast track in here. People will figure out how to make yourself mentally stronger, more mentally capable of understanding foreign context. Some people, it's a natural gift. Some people want to stargaze every night because it's part of their beauty, and it's to match their pain. It's to match their pain that they've been through. That's why they enjoy star watching or stargazing every night. And that's why people do it. Is because there's always beautiful. In this whole world, there's always beauty. And the reason why we are gaining spiritual context now more than ever is because we are starting to figure ourselves out. We are starting to figure something out. We are evolving. Think about it. If you're a spiritual person, how many contexts can you, or how many ideas in spirituality could you understand compared to last year? Because your mind track is working faster. You are able to comprehend much more. There's a lot more space in your head. because you are understanding different context. You are going through and uplifting yourself through different contexts. And people really go through cognitive dissonance, which means they've learned of two different ideologies, two different philosophies, two different mind waves that contradict each other. So, of course, it ends with cognitive dissonance. That means two different ideas are messing around with your head, and you're confused on what you should believe in. And in the end, cognitive dissonance is the end result of realizing some sort of lie, some sort of BS. Because in the end, there's always a purpose for cognitive dissonance, and that is many different things. That can be different things for different people, different strokes for different folks. Because in the end, they are learning much more. Everybody is learning much faster. Events are taking place throughout the world, and the time in between events is shortening because it seems like time is speeding up. So of course there has to be filler throughout days, and there will be less filler and more consequential type of stuff. More real life factors, more events, more meaningful events happening each day, more and more and more. Because time isn't speeding up, but the filler between events is slowly disappearing throughout time. And so, of course, days seem faster, nights seem faster, all because once upon a time, these two events, these two completely different events, will happen on different days or different years, and then it will collude in those two different. Now, those two different ideas or those two different events happen in the same day. So things are speeding up, like almost astrologically. Because again, I wanted to talk about astrological degrees. And the whole thing with the axial precession, which is the pole shift, meaning that time can speed up, relativity type stuff, or time is slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, whatever. In the end, everybody becomes their own guru. They, they once upon a time, they'd look up to somebody wise or something wise, or they'd look up to an architecture or an artistic design of buildings, but that's only if you don't have any gurus. If you have any gurus, then you will meet some, and all that. Some of these days, people become gurus. They will understand that it's an astrological track. It's around the Earth, and it's slowly ticking through degrees over time. And different degrees are basically different days of the astrological zodiac. And there is a reason why some people are raised like that. Like, I was raised with that. My mom would teach me how to make voodoo dolls, help me understand I'm a Capricorn, but beat that into my head almost when I was very little, that I was Capricorn. She helped me make my first wand. I think it was phoenix feather. But I don't want to off track too much about this. But everything is built by design. This framework is mathematical that makes up this whole human world is mathematical. So, yeah, and so when you decrease the length of everything, then time tends to speed up, or astrological events happen more accurately, faster. Stuff like that. So there's always something astrological about everybody's lives, and it's becoming fast-paced. And everybody used to say, well, there's a devil on your shoulder, and then there's the angel on your shoulder. That used to be metaphorical. Now it can be seen as more metaphysical. The devil is your own personal desires, and the divine, the angel, is probably your higher self, But that's how you just turn metaphorical sayings into something useful, so your mind can adapt to different things. And that's a good thing. And that's what I wanted to say. The whole devil on your shoulder thing is just for you to agree that everybody has their own patron entities. They're called guardian angels, and they're called patron demons. Everybody has their own demon and angel. Everybody has their own. It depends on how many angels and how many demons you've got. Depending on you and your astral record, your Akashic records that you agreed to before you're birthed into this life. It depends, really. So everybody gets on board with everything. But in order to understand all the astrological, metaphysical stuff, you also have to understand how to become a better person, or realize maybe you are already the better person, and you just refused to admit it all this time. All of this lonely time, or all of this fast-paced time, because people have different interests. And, of course, every single astrological element is true. Everything about female Pisces, everything about male Virgos, everything about female Scorpios, everything about Cancer, everything about Leo, everything about Capricorns tends to be more on the mark. For some people, life passes you by, and you barely care. For other people, every single physical event can be looked up to as spiritual, to having spiritual resonance. And of course, some people are like that, and some people just want to stay physical instead of metaphysical. You can never force any teachings onto anybody else other than yourself. And everybody has their own belief systems. And other people's BS is not your own BS. Bullshit. One of these days I gotta make a bullshit counter. Explain that, like count down or count up, a counter. So, yeah, right now, the Earth is on its axis, twiddling towards Scorpio. Late October, early November. Right now it's September. We're in Sagittarius. We are currently in Sagittarius because it's September. So I just wanted to involve myself into this video as much as I can, and I hope you enjoy. You never know if reincarnation is real. Like I was saying that people figure out something out in multiple lifetimes. But that's because sometimes different lifetimes can rhyme with the same essence and the same lessons to be learned. Some people figure it out in one lifetime, or even within the first 30 years of one, and they spend it like 70 or every year plus 30 in some sort of guru retirement. Some people don't have things to worry about. Some people are eternally bliss. Some people just want to be themselves, focus on mythology, focus on the electrical currents of Nikola Tesla, stuff like that. And I'll catch you later on that, too. I really will. But, peace.